LGJ here. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through step by step how to build, set up, and market your lead generation agency. Now, I did this for my own lead generation agency in 3 months and we hit $70,000 per month. And I'm going to walk you through the exact steps from A to Z, from choosing your niche to figuring out what exactly it is that you're going to sell, how you're going to sell it, how you're going to execute it, and the exact tools that you're going to need to make it all work. Now, here are some of the things that we're going to be discussing during this video. Now, if you already have a company, you already have a lead generation agency, or you've already started, feel free to use the timestamps and skip around to the sections that are relevant to you. If you're starting off from scratch, this is going to be perfect for you. If you're a beginner, this is going to have everything that you need, and it's going to be leveraging the latest in AI technology, so you're not missing a single thing. Let's get into it. Now, this is always a massive debate and a massive pushback that I get when talking to new business owners is they don't want to pick a niche because they think it pigeonholes them into selling to a specific type of person in a specific industry, and it's actually going to limit their growth. This is not true. Now, I highly encourage you to choose a niche when you're starting your business, and you want to focus on a business niche that has money that you can reach from anywhere in the country and that actually needs your service. Here are the benefits to picking a niche for your business. One, it makes it way easier to sell. Now, imagine that you're a cybersecurity company and I'm a cybersecurity lead gen company. It's called Cyber Leads, and I reach out to you and say, hey, I am the #1 cybersecurity lead generation service on the market. We literally represent 100 other cybersecurity firms to help them generate leads. We've got proven processes and we'd love to help you do it too. You're much more likely to hire the agency who's specialized than the one that is not. You're also able to charge a lot more if you're specialized, and your conversion rates are going to be much higher. Now, if you choose a niche that has a large pool to choose from, like cybersecurity, there are hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity companies out there. You're not going to run out of people to reach out to. The other benefit to choosing a specific niche is it becomes much easier to manage clients. Now, imagine if you have 50 different clients, all from different industries, and you're trying to do lead generation for all of these 50 different people. All of them have different offers, all of them have different audiences, so you can't copy and paste everything. You basically have to start your SOP from scratch every single time and figure out what's going to work, and a lot of times it doesn't end up working. So I highly recommend you choose a niche so that you can copy and paste proven methods that you already know works into the new companies that come on board. The other benefit of that is you get much better results for your clients, more consistent results, which means your clients stay longer, you have longer retention. It means you have to spend less to acquire new clients, and your business ends up making way more money. So choose a niche that's going to be much easier to get off the ground and much easier to grow. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to choose a niche right now using ChatGPT 4. All right, now if you want the scripts that I used to get ChatGPT to give me these answers, it's going to be available down in the description. So I said, you're a marketing and brand expert. Your goal is to help me create a new company. My company is a lead generation agency which helps businesses generate more leads through cold email outreach. We will now go through each step in creating this new company one at a time. Please ask me any questions necessary to be able to do the very best job possible. So I've included these scripts here, which I'll include in a link down in the description. I also optimized them from this original conversation. Okay, so once it started to give me all of this, I then said, please come up with 5 ideas for businesses that need lead generation services and that often utilize cold email to attract new clients. This should not be location specific, but can be sold to anyone in the USA. Please give me the specific industry and company size to target. I then followed up with, please only provide B2B businesses that sell to other businesses. And then here are the options that it gave me: IT and managed service providers, commercial cleaning services, professional training and coaching services, marketing and advertising agencies, wholesale suppliers, and distributors. Now, all 5 of these industries and categories have hundreds of thousands of options that you can choose from. If you have any well-known B2B database like Apollo.io, which is the one that we use, any of these would be an awesome industry and niche for you to sell to. Now, let's take this one step further. Once we've chosen our niche, the next step in starting your company is actually branding your company. What is your company's name going to be? What's the tagline? What's the logo look like? What colors are you going to use? We're going to go back to ChatGPT and answer all those questions right now. So the next thing I said is I would like to sell to commercial cleaning service companies. Please help me create a business name and tagline. They should be simple and punchy. Please provide 5 options. You always want to ask it to provide options so that you can have some things to choose from. So it gave me some really great options: Spark Lead Solutions, Clean Sweep Leads, Fresh Start Outreach. These are really well thought out names that you can use. Now, we don't know if all of these are actively available available, like in GoDaddy, whether the websites are available. So you're going to choose some of your best options, go into GoDaddy and make sure that these domain names are actually available and that there's no trademarks for these names. All right, so we went into GoDaddy and we looked up cleansweepleads.com. It looks like it's available, and chances are if cleansweepleads.com is available, the trademark is not going to be taken because they would likely own the domain name. So we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and buy that domain for $12, and let's come back in to ChatGPT and finish off our branding. All right, so you've chosen your name. Tell it, I've chosen the name and tagline, Clean Sweep Leads. Please create a logo and icon for this company. It should be clean and minimalistic. Choose 2 colors that are frequently used in this industry. So this is a little branding trick here. If you use colors that are actively used in a specific industry, chances are they're going to relate you to that industry and they're going to look at you as familiar, and it's going to be much easier for you to get them on a call and to close that sale. All right, here's the logo and icon that ChatGPT came up with. I actually like it a lot, so I didn't ask it to do more variations, but you can. You can ask it to edit this. You can ask it for more variations. And either way, I would take this and give it to a graphic designer. You can go on Fiverr and find one for $20 to turn this into an SVG file as a logo and as an icon. The difference between logos and icons, logos are typically longer, so you can use them, say, at the top of a website. You can use them in bigger formats. Icons, think about the circle as like your Instagram icon, your Instagram profile picture. A whole logo doesn't fit in there cleanly, but an icon does. So make sure that you have both. Okay, I then asked it to give me the color codes as well as the font used for this logo. So it gave me the hex codes here. Make sure that you save these. You're going to be using these in your website design and in all of your website elements. Make sure that you also have your font style so that you can keep a consistent brand throughout your website, throughout your social media, throughout your sales pages. You want to use the same colors and the same fonts so everybody recognizes those are your brand. That's Clean Sweep, so that's your company. Make sure to keep your branding consistent. All right, now before we move on to the what to sell, I'm actually going to be giving you a snapshot of my Go High Level so that you can shortcut a lot of what you're going to be doing here. You can just copy and paste a lot of my business automations and forms and websites into your business. All you have to do is go to the landing page down below, give me your information, and I'll shoot over that snapshot for you. All right, let's move right along to some more important and more complicated and specific parts about building your lead generation agency, and that is what you're going to sell. If you're starting a lead generation agency, and you're here, so you probably are, there's 3 models that you might want to consider. There's the traditional agency model, and under this model, you're typically providing month-to-month retainer services. Sometimes there might be a longer retainer like 3 months or 6 months, but typically the expectation is you're doing something for them on a recurring basis, on month-to-month basis, and they're paying you month-to-month. They can cancel anytime. The guarantees in the agency model are typically limited because there's not much you can guarantee in 1 month. This is a model that most people are pretty used to seeing in a sales pitch and in a proposal. So definitely something to consider and a good, easy way to start. If you're just starting off, I definitely recommend pushing you to that agency model, and I'll tell you why in just a second. The second model that you might want to consider, it's less popular but still pretty frequent in the lead generation space, is the pay per lead model. You see this with solar companies and people selling leads for money. This is something that you can think about doing once you're a little bit more predictable and how many leads you can generate, what it costs you to generate a lead, and the confidence that you can generate leads on autopilot for a specific industry. Now you have to be niche to make this work. If you try and do a pay per lead model and you're not niche down, it's going to break. And how this generally works is someone will come on board and they will sign an agreement to pay per qualified lead, say $200 per lead. And then your job is book as many leads as you can on their calendar. And then you count the leads every week or every month and bill them for those amounts of leads. So if I book you 10 qualified leads in a month, at $200 per lead, 9 of them end up being qualified. You owe me 9 times 200, $1,800 for that month. The risk there for the company signing up is, say you book 100 leads and none of them close. Now you owe me $20,000 and you didn't make a single sale. So it can balloon pretty quickly. And if you're an agency and you're not sure if you can book qualified leads, you can end up working really hard for your clients and not actually generating any revenue. So this is another one I wouldn't do until maybe 6 months or a year down the line. And then it might be something that you can offer in addition to agency services, or if you're really confident, you can do it instead of. Last but not least is the style that's gotten a lot more popular since Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Offers. It's down here somewhere. He popularized offer stacking and creating an offer so good that it sounds stupid to say no. This is something that a lot of new entrepreneurs are trying, and it can be very effective if done correctly, but it's very hard to do correctly. So let me talk briefly about this style. An offer so good you feel stupid saying no is one that you have eternal confidence in. So it's not good to start off with something like this because you have to offer such a powerful guarantee. guarantee. Now, what might that look like in practice? An offer so good for lead generation might be, come on board and pay me $10,000 and I will book 100 calls onto your calendar and guarantee you 5 new clients within 6 months. And if I don't, I'll pay you $5,000 out of my pocket. I will also give you access to all of my courses and trainings, and we'll do your ads and we'll do your graphic design. That sounds amazing. $10,000 and you're guaranteeing me 5 new clients and 100 new calls. You're going to add all of these additional services and trainings. This sounds great. Why wouldn't I buy that offer? So the problem that people run into is they try and stack it too much. They try and give a guarantee that's too good that they can't actually fulfill on. And business owners like me know the difference. I'll sign up for something like this, but if they can't fulfill, and they almost never do, you're at a high risk of getting disputed, getting refunded, getting negative reviews, and going out of business very quickly. So if you're going to do this, you better make sure that you are really good and you are really confident and you've already replicated the results that you're guaranteeing 100 times before you roll out an offer like this. All right, now let's talk briefly about client management. What services are you actually offering? How do you actually manage clients, keep them happy, keep them paying you? This can be really complicated, especially if you don't have a lot of manpower and you're managing the clients and you're selling and you're doing your own marketing. It can be daunting. In fact, the first thing that I recommend that you hire somebody to help you with is this client management portion. Somebody that is able to get on those weekly calls with them, manage those accounts, answer their email questions, answer their calls when they call. If you can get that off your plate soon, you're going to have a much easier time scaling your company, focusing on sales and focusing on marketing. Now remember, it is way cheaper to retain a client than to sign a new one. So you really want to focus on doing a good job managing the clients that you have. So what does that look like? Typically, you're doing lead generation, in this case for your clients. You're running their monthly campaigns. You need to focus on keeping your clients informed every step of the way. If they feel like they gave you money and they're not hearing from you, they're going to assume that you're not doing anything and they're going to run away with their money. So make sure that you are over communicating to them. This means at a bare minimum, weekly reports that are emailed to them with updates and progress reports, bi-weekly calls at a bare minimum. Make sure that you're touching base. Say, hey, we're working on you. Here's what we're doing next. Here's what's in the pipeline. Here's what we're doing so far. You want to hear from them even if the feedback is bad. In fact, especially if the feedback is bad. If you're not asking them constantly for feedback or if there's any issues, they're not going to tell you and they're just going to leave. If you ask, you give them a chance to voice their opinion, defend your case, and fix it for the next time. So I recommend sending them a weekly report with how many emails went out, with the open rates of those emails, how many were read, how many calls were booked. Make sure that you're tracking these things, which we'll talk about in just a second. And make sure you're always adding something new every month. You know, we're testing this new audience. We're testing this new copy. We just brought Lead Gen J in to go over this campaign because it wasn't performing optimally. We just made these changes. We want to see how it goes. Or we're rolling this new lead magnet out for you that we just created for you. Always keep something in the mix. If they feel like the campaigns are getting stale or we're doing the same thing over and over again, they're going to want to take their efforts internal or they're going to want to try somebody new. But if it always feels like something new is happening, then they're never going to leave. That is a expert hack that took me years and years to realize and to fully develop, but always have something new in the pipeline. And you can systematize a lot of that. Now, within the Go High Level CRM that I'm going to be showing you, I have forms that you give to my team to automate the reporting process. They pretty much upload a screenshot and give any notes, and it sends them an email with all of that information automatically. So they don't have to create a custom email each time. It does that for them on autopilot. And here's a brief list of some of the tools that you might want to consider for your lead generation agency. We already talked about websites, CRM, payments, marketing. All of that is managed in Go High Level. If you don't already have Go High Level, click the link down in the description, grab it. You're going to need it. And we're going to be talking about that in more detail in just a second. You're also going to be wanting to provide a CRM or a lead management system for your clients. Go High Level allows you to do that essentially for free. You can create these sub accounts for your clients white labeled under your brand. This way they can log into the CRM, see all their leads, and start to build out their entire company in your CRM if you want them to. And I'll show you what this looks like, what we give to our clients, and it's actually been really effective, and there's no other competition right now for Go High Level. This is the go-to industry standard. All right, you're going to want to do cold email outreach, not just for yourself, but for your clients as well. Instantly.ai is the very best in cold email outreach. It's the only tool that I use, so I highly recommend using them for yourself and for your clients. Now, I'll show you within Instantly AI. If you click in this top right-hand corner, you can toggle between different workspaces. I recommend keeping each client in a different workspace so that you can organize it more easily and you're not sharing a block list. Now, you're also going to need a lot of data, not just for yourself, but for your clients. So to get that data, data, we use Apollo.io, where we have essentially all the data that we could ever need. We can filter data for our clients, we can filter data for ourselves, and keep all of these campaigns constantly populated with new leads. Now, this can be quite a big investment, especially if you're getting one of the enterprise plans that you're probably going to need if you're running a lead generation agency. So this is something that you're going to need to budget for. Now, there are cheaper options out there like Seamless.ai, like LeadRocks.io. Now, these are options that you could consider when you're starting, but it is important to note that the better your lead data source is, the better the results are going to be. And you don't want to sell a service with mediocre results. They will leave and you are going to be losing out on a lot of money. Now, we do also send proposals to our leads. We also send 3-month plans once somebody signs on. The tool we use to do that is called Prospero. So if you go to goprospero.com, you can see this proposal tool. It's really cheap, really easy to use. You can automate it with Zapier. So highly recommend checking this out, but you can use PandaDoc or any other proposal tool that you might need to. It's not essential that you use Prospero. Now, for your calendar system, you're going to want to be booking calls. Any high ticket or agency service, you're going to need people on the phone. We use Calendly just because it is the most established calendar system. People are familiar with it. It's got great conversion rates and it automates perfectly for us on the back end. Now, if you want to save some money and you want to keep it all in-house, you can use the Go High Level calendar as well. I definitely recommend watching some videos on how their calendar system works because it can be a little bit complicated. Now, last but not least, you are going to need Zapier. Zapier helps connect and integrate everything. So we have a different Zap for each of our clients to get all of the data into spreadsheets that we can share with them. We have Zapier that helps us monitor payments. Go High Level does allow you to take subscription payments, but it all integrates with Stripe and they don't talk very well. So how are you going to know when somebody cancels? You're going to need a Zapier automation connected to Stripe, which connects to your Go High Level. So make sure that you're using Zapier to connect all of those things. And if you need more advanced training on automations, since this can get complicated, make sure to subscribe to the free course down in the description of this video. And I have much more advanced trainings that go into detail on each of these things that I'm talking about. All right, finally, let's talk briefly about marketing your agency. So you've got all this stuff set up, you're ready to go, you've got a process in place, you've got a website, you've got everything ready to go. Now you need to start selling this stuff and letting people know that you exist. What are the next steps? So if you're selling cold outreach services, you better be doing cold outreach to get clients. And it's actually a really good opening line. Hey, this is a cold email. This is what I do for work. If you want me to do this for your business to actually land clients, now you can use us and we'll do the same thing for you. It makes a really good opening line. It makes a really good cold email. But if you're not doing a good job at doing outbound cold email to get clients, how are you going to do a good job for your clients? So master cold outreach for yourself. Use Instantly, use Apollo, and build those data lists and send them cold emails to get them on a calendar to talk to you about your systems. The next thing that you can do is what I'm doing right now, and this is actually how I get most of our clients is through social media. So if you go on Instagram, I'm CMO J Feldman. On YouTube, here I am. I talk about lead generation and cold email on YouTube so that I can generate clients like you that come to our business to work with us for the first time. Social media can be really powerful because you're building credibility. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about since you've made it this far. You're here listening to me. So if you're trusting me enough to watch the video, you'll trust me enough to hire me to do lead generation for you. So this works really well on social media, especially if you educate people first, give value without asking anything in return. The next two things you can consider are social media ads and paid search ads. This is advertising on Facebook and advertising on Google. Now with each of these platforms, you can hyper target the exact niche and job title that you want to reach. And again, for more advanced trainings on how to do that, please subscribe to the channel and the free course. All right, so here is the Go High Level pricing plan. They actually don't have this on their homepage, so you're going to want to go to gohighlevel.com/pricing-plan or click on my link to Go High Level down in the description. We have this agency pro plan, and the reason this is so awesome is because we can do unlimited sub accounts and unlimited SaaS accounts, which means we can rebill to the people using our CRM. If you don't have unlimited SaaS accounts and you're creating sub accounts, those people will be able to text and email on your dime. That all gets rebilled to you, which can get very expensive. You can also do split testing and you get advanced API access. This is very, very important with Go High Level. You're going to want to split test, especially if you're running ads and cold email campaigns. Now, if you don't want to do this yet, you don't want to pay the $500 per month for Go High Level to create sub accounts, you can do the $297 per month. You can do unlimited sub accounts, or you can do $97 per month with up to 3 sub accounts. Or if you want, I can make you a sub account for $49 per month. Just let me know. Now let's go inside of my Go High Level CRM and show you exactly how we have it set up for the agency. I'll try and be brief. I won't go too in detail, but just some of the things that you're going to need to have in order to make your agency work. All right, so here we are are inside of the Otter lead gen service. This is what Go High Level looks like in the back end, and it's got everything that you need to manage your company entirely. So let's start from the top. We've got conversations where you can talk to everybody within your lead generation system, all the people you're booking calls with, your entire sales team, your sales pipeline, and no matter what channel they're messaging you on, you can talk to them here in conversations. If you're using their calendar system, you can do that here. Now, we are not, because I don't particularly like it very much, but you can create different meetings here and create simple automations within Go High Level with those meetings so that you don't need to connect Zapier and Calendly with Go High Level. It's a little bit more advanced, but it is something that I recommend doing. Now, you are going to want to set up a phone number within Go High Level. You're also going to want to verify that phone number. So you'll click add number, find a phone number, and then fill out the verification form so that you can get that verified. And if you can't find it, you can go to Trust Center and do that here. That way you can send text messages, follow-ups, marketing texts. You're definitely going to want a phone number here. They're constantly adding, so this WhatsApp and this Labs, it's all new stuff. I'm not going to work through that too much right now. So reputation management, we don't use this within Go High Level, but very important for new companies to have an online presence, have an online reputation. So you're going to want to list yourself on Google Maps. You're going to want to list yourself on Yelp and all these different listing services where you can gather ratings. The reputation management section is a great place to do that. You can collect reviews directly from here. It's very, very powerful. Coming down to domains, this is where you'll actually connect your domain. So if you come to otterleads.ai, this is our lead generation service. We actually don't niche down too much because most of our clients come from YouTube, so it's a variety, but we do coaches, consultants, and SaaS primarily. So this is how we have priced our service. It is an agency service. We do month to month, but we also do 3-month contracts, and we basically guarantee specific amounts of outreach within our service. So if you want to use this as a template to create your own, feel free to. Next, you're going to want to come into integrations and integrate everything that you possibly can. Integrate your Gmails, integrate your Google Business Profile, integrate your Stripe account. All these things are going to be very, very helpful once you start building out all of the parts of your Go High Level system. So now we're going to come into email services. Now, I recommend using their Lead Connector email system with a custom domain. So make sure that you click dedicated domain and IP. It will tell you to add certain DNS records to your email. If you don't know what I'm talking about with DNS records, please watch my last video about email setup and DNS. So now all of the emails that come from the system are going to come from @leads.otterpr.com. All right, other important things that you're going to want to set up, and you'll get a snapshot with all of this if you opt in using the link below. Let's come into reputation. Now, this is where you can list your business on all of these different platforms. So sites is where you can build your website, build your funnel, build your blog, and there's a lot of other really cool stuff that you can do, such as forms, surveys, building your own client portal. This is an all-in-one website, funnel, blog service that you can use to host everything at no additional charge. It's very fast, it's very easy to build. Highly recommend you using this, but it is important to note that you're going to want certain funnels in your website. One of them being an opt-in. So you're going to want some kind of lead magnet, some way that they can download something so that you can get them into your world and try and get them onto a call and try and get them through a sale. That's essentially what this lead magnet is: 8 million clean leads and lead generation course and free software. All you have to do is put in your name, email, and phone number, and then it will give you those things and try and get you on a call. You're going to want some kind of lead magnet opt-in like that. You're also going to want something that gets them onto a call. So this is our demo page, otterleads.ai/demo, where you can book a call with us. So we've got Calendly embedded right here, and now we've got a way for people to book calls very easily with us right in our ecosystem. One of my favorite parts about Go High Level is you don't need to use Google Forms or any other form system anymore. Once somebody fills out a form in here, whether it's an onboarding form, a cancel form, a calendar form because they booked a call, or an opt-in form, now you can trigger automations here that allows you to do just about everything that you might need, including reminding them that their call is coming up, delivering their email with their lead magnet. If they just signed up, they just paid for your service, now you can deliver an onboarding sequence and give them more instructions. Everything can be done here within this automations workflow. It's incredibly powerful and definitely something that you're going to need for your business. Now, within this marketing tab, you can actually manage all of your social media accounts. You can post, you can get information. We actually don't use this for that. We use a different tool for managing our social media called Hero Post. But honestly, if I had this back then, I'd probably be using Go High Level for my social as well. They've got a built-in affiliate manager. So if you want people to refer people to your business, you can use Go High Level for that as well. And you can send email campaigns and marketing newsletters all within Go High Level. Now, the most important thing about this system is the ability to create sub-accounts for your clients. This is a way to give them access to a CRM that has leads, that has your information pre-filled in there, so they already have websites and opt-in pages and emails ready to go and start using it. Now, the most important thing about this is if you can get them integrated into your CRM, get them to actually start using it, the chances of them canceling the service with you is almost non-existent. So I highly recommend you training them on how to use it, and once they come on board, actually offering them one-on-one implementation to go high level so that they stay on board. All right, I hope that was a helpful tutorial on how to build and scale your lead generation agency. I hope you have some new ideas on what exactly you're going to sell, how you're going to execute those services, and who you're going to sell to. Once you have those things figured out, things become very, very easy. Now, this is a very high-level bird's eye video talking about some general things that you need to think about when you're building an agency and starting a business, but it doesn't really get into the weeds of how to do each one of these things. But you're going to need to learn how to do each one of these things in detail. Each one of those can be hours of learning. So to do that, I built a free course that you can access through a link down in the description and get access to all of those videos, the in-depth trainings on how to execute this service, sell this service, how to market this service, how to onboard your clients. All these things are incredibly valuable, and I'm giving them to you all for free. So head to the opt-in page and grab that at no risk of your own. I'll also give you 8 million data points that you can start contacting. So I hope you enjoy that lead magnet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss more videos like this that teach you how to start a company, how to make money, how to build your agency. And you need to like this video as well so that the algorithm needs to know to show you more videos that are going to help you move forward and grow and make more money. Hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next one. LGJ out.